What's up, Rockstar? Awesome to see you. I'm Betty Rocker. Time for a little motivational Monday. So, I just wondered if you ever have a hard time saying no, because this is something that I've personally had a lot of struggles with in the past, and I think sometimes it's really hard to be able to set boundaries in certain situations, right? And it's easy to fall into the trap of wanting to please everyone, and when you're sort of in that space, you kind of have a harder time saying no, right? So I actually have 5 tips for you today to use in those sort of more difficult situations that you may find yourself in when you're having a hard time saying no. 5 really awesome strategies that I've employed at different times and that really come in handy when you're in one of those like sort of gray areas and you're not sure what to do. So see if any of these help you. So the very first thing that really helps me is to realize that you have a choice, right? We always have a choice to say yes or no, even when you're in a situation where you really feel the pressure's on, you don't want to let someone down. Remember that you always do have a choice, right? And I think that the number 2 strategy that I have for you will really help you with being able to make the right choice in the situation. And number 2 is to set your priorities. And I think it's really important to own the fact that you do have things in your life that really are important and need your time and attention. And sometimes you have to say no to things that you may want to do or things that you may want to do for someone else, because your priorities around yourself and the goals that you have for yourself, or maybe it's just the things that you need to do to take responsibility for commitments you've already made, are actually more important. Those really are your priorities. So keep those in mind, set your priorities, and remember that you have a choice. And I think that really brings me into number 3, which is how you can really set your priorities is just to remember to own and value your time. I think that knowing the value of your time and understanding how much it matters to make the most of the time that you have can really help you in setting the boundary with others, especially when you're sort of struggling and they're maybe putting you on the spot, or if you're in a difficult situation like that where you feel kind of guilty or you're under pressure, for example. There's a couple cool strategies that you can use that involve time. One of my favorites is to stall for time. So you could say, I need to think about that, or let me sleep on that, or just give me a day to think about that, right? And that can sometimes help you get back to resetting your priorities, realizing that you have a choice, and finding an easier way to say no to a certain situation. Another great strategy using time and the value of your time is to tell the person that you can do the thing that they're asking of you, but only within specific time parameters. Like, yes, I can do that, but only between 12 and 1 tomorrow. And if that doesn't work for you, then you should probably find someone else, because I want to make sure that you're able to do what you need to do, but I'm only available at this time. And the 4th thing is something that can help you in every way through all of the different ways that you sometimes need to say no. In the Betty Rocker company, all of the team members learn something called the 3 A's. And the 3 A's are something that I came up with because I was trying to teach my team how I want us as a company to communicate with our people, with our customers, with people who have questions. And the 3 A's are acknowledge. We always want to acknowledge what the person is coming to us with. We want to answer the person. So A is answer. Second A is answer. We want to give them an answer if we have one. And if it's not an answer that we have, we want to send them to someone else who may have the answer. And the third one is appreciate. We always want to give appreciation to that person. So we acknowledge, appreciate, and answer in all of our responses using the 3 A's. But in this case, when it comes to boundary setting, I wanted to add one 4th A for you to use, which is to be assertive. You can be assertive while you are at the same time being an acknowledgement of what the person needs from you. So when you are, sort of struggling with how to say no, it's great to sort of look at the situation, assess it, and see where that person can be acknowledged for what their need is, because a lot of times people really just need to be understood. And like I said about the answering piece, maybe they just need some help in finding an answer, and you may not be the one that's able to give that to them. And appreciating where they're at. That's, the quality of empathy comes into play there, where we appreciate where someone is at. We acknowledge them for what they're feeling. And then we assert our own need to prioritize our own time, for example, and we give them that acknowledgement that they need, and we also are able to be assertive in our no, right? So it's a no with love, basically. Sometimes that's what is best for you, and it's just so important to be able to own the value of your time and set your priorities, right? Remember, you have a choice, going right back to number one. And the final piece that I have for you to help you in these difficult situations when you're trying to please everyone, right? And you're feeling like, you can't say no, is don't make excuses. Just don't make excuses about it. Stick to your A's, stick to those 4 A's, trying to be assertive within your acknowledgement of what the other person needs from you. But keep in mind that when you're making excuses, it gives people this sort of opening, this ability to kind of come in and try to challenge you for the boundary that you're trying to set. And this is your life. These are your priorities. And if you have priorities that are important to you, it's absolutely okay to stick to them. So don't make excuses for why you're making the choice that you're making to not do whatever it is that someone needs from you at that exact moment. Anyway, I hope that was helpful for you. I know that we all get into difficult situations. There's a lot of gray area around this, especially when family or employees or work situations come up where you have a lot of competing interests and it's tough to say no. But hopefully some of those strategies can help you be strong in yourself when you are in those difficult situations. And sometimes we have to get it wrong a few times before we get it right. Remember, life is always a work in progress. We are always in practice of the things that we want to do even better. So be nice to yourself. If you have had a hard time with this in the past, remember that you can just push reset and try some of these strategies and see how it goes. And of course, I'm super interested in hearing from you today. If this is anything that you've ever struggled with, or you want to share a little bit about strategies that maybe you use that could help others, so feel free to use the comments down below. This is the kind of topic that we always add into discussions in the Rock Your Life online fitness community throughout our workouts when we're doing our check-ins and group check-ins, and I'd love to see you in there. You're always welcome to check it out. It's I'll put a link down below for it. It's my online workout fitness community, and we do have live weekly discussions and workouts online. So love to see you in there. But remember that you don't have to please everyone. You can set your priorities. You do have a choice. You should own and value your time. Use the 4 A's and don't make excuses. You got this. I'm Betty Rocker. You are so awesome and amazing. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Bye.